The elevated area at Abiding Love consists of 3 primary pieces of important furnishings: the pulpit, the altar, and the baptismal font. The pulpit has already been discussed. On the opposite side of the pulpit is the baptismal font. Baptism has been a long history predating even Christianity, with some Roman and Egyptian rituals utilizing water-holding vessels to indoctrinate new members. However, it is safe to say that we Christians look to John the Baptist as a model for baptism and the name of the Lord. However, John and the other early Christians utilized running water, when possible, rivers and streams. Obviously, this is not always possible, so in the place of running water, we have to use our baptismal font. The location of the baptismal font is generally in the direction of the church. Should it be placed in the entrance of the church so that a person may dip the fingers in remembrance of his or her own baptism? Should it be placed near the altar? As you can see, Abiding Love's baptismal font is offset the altar. It can serve as a constant reminder throughout the service that Jesus' promise of our salvation had been sealed by the baptismal waters.
Altars have long been an integral part of worship life. In fact, for Christians, the altar has represented the same thing over the past 2 millennia. It symbolizes the table at which Jesus first broke bread at the original Lord's Supper. Altars are generally constructed of stone or marble. Throughout worldwide religions, stone has historically been utilized. In the book of Genesis, there are numerous mentions of altars constructed of rock and stone. The early Roman Christians would often break bread over the stone tombs of their martyrs, beginning in the 2nd century.
But why then are many Lutheran altars constructed of wood? Again, it goes back to the First Communion. The wooden altar was encouraged by Martin Luther because it most resembles a community table, one in which people may share a common meal. In this case, it is sharing of the gift first given by Jesus to his disciples. It reminds us of the rough-hewn wooden table at which Jesus and his followers sat on that fateful night. Our altar is also a freestanding one rather than an altar placed against the wall, because as the pastor faces us, consecrating the bread and wine, we are reminded of Jesus facing his disciples at the Last Supper.